So my workbench is a mess, but here after, I don't know how many months, we're finally able to work on the train layout a little bit. As you can see, I've got a package in from, of all places, trainworld.com. Okay, so I'm going to be opening this in a minute. I'll show you my latest order, what I got. You'll notice I got some Lionel power supply right there. Notice I got some old track here, because I'm going to talk, I have two projects going on at once. Are we going to see a return to the overhead layout in my office? Absolutely you are. I'm going to be doing that here at my new location. So first let me show you some of the stuff I've got here. This is my standard Lionel track right there. And I've got quite a bit here, and of course this is my crown jewel pieces here. These are off of the engine house trains layout. I have two pieces from that. I can tell because they're slightly different colored than the rest of the track. But I have a lot of that out here. I brought all my track out. I've got it all assembled because today I've got some surprises, and it's some stuff that I absolutely have to work on. So, moving right along, I cannot even remember what the name of my YouTube channel is. So, there has just been so much going on in this house. I've had a million projects that I had to do. We're finally starting to see daylight on some of these projects I had to do, so now I can get back onto the model railroading, the important stuff. It is important to have a hobby in your life. And let me see if I can get this a little straight. This is terrible. What in the world? That's some terrible camera work. Anyway, so moving right along. We're going to open this with my Walmart knife. I don't have very many knives. I could pull out, a katana and try to open the box with it, but it's not going to do very well. It would do well. It just wouldn't do well for what I got in there. So we're going to talk about some of my projects and what I got going on. We're going to look first at what I ordered. Take off the shipping label. Always save these because these are your warranties. I really miss how I used to be able to register all my stuff online at the Lionel website. I miss that. I greatly miss that. Lionel, please bring that back. That was wonderful. It gave you this feeling of pride. I was registering my Lionel trains on the Lionel website. Okay, so opening this up. And let's see if I have somehow hacked off a finger. As you can see, some bad cutting work there. So what's the first thing we run into? Why, it's a fast track left-hand switch. Well, what could be better than a fast track left-hand switch? I don't know, maybe a fast track right-hand switch. Now these should both be 036 if they didn't make a horrible mistake. So this is a 61218, this is a 61217. So both a right hand and a left hand. So now I've finally got some turnouts for my layout. This one was kind of important. I got the sugar cookie smoke fluid, and that's important, is to have, it's gotta smell good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dilute it a little bit with the sugar cookie, use all that up, and then from here on out I'll just be using the sugar cookie fluid. Okay, so what's this? This is the O-gauge transitional piece. What this is this will connect regular fast track to my Menards track. By the way, Menards is having a sale right now. Who am I kidding? Menards always has a sale. Not that they're sponsoring. And speaking of which, here's a word from our sponsor. What do you mean we don't have a channel sponsor yet? Let's see what else I got. Now, something I forgot when I placed this order. Just for those of you who know how to add some minor, this is a 4-track of Lionel straight. Don't buy these. Buy these individually, because this is $20 and the straight track was, what was it, $4.25? Well, $4.25 times 4, is $18.75 or something like that. So you're going to be spending less buying 4 pieces of straight track than you will buying the 4-pack of straight track. But I just bought that just I'd forgotten that add-on pack, the inner outer loop passing kit. Let me get that up there a little bit. Look at this. It's very nice. It's not a Christmas present, but I appreciate that you wrapped it like this. It's kind of like a Christmas present for me, except this was my Thanksgiving bonus, my overtime. So anyway, all this is this is just a right and left hand turnout and the pieces in the couple pieces of oval. So this is, hopefully if I got this right, this is, yeah, this is the same. It's a 036 curve, left hand 036 and a right hand 036. So now I have 4 036 turnouts. So I should be able to start getting some track done up. Let's open this up. I'm pretty sure I paid, judging from the way Lionel does this. Lionel, have you figured out that you're doing this, that you're charging more for the bulk packs than you are for the individual pieces? So for the purpose of saving money by buying the bulk packs, I actually have not. So, silica gel, do not eat. So I've got a turnout and a turnout. There's a fitter piece right there. You can disregard that fitter piece if there's some weird geometry involved in planning a model railroad. Look at that. Isn't that great? Take this thing, and all I got to do to switch track is just turn this thing. Watch these pieces right there. See, just turn, 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 turn. Let me know when this gets annoying. What do you mean you're there? Okay. And what do you know? More oval track. Getting some of the boxing material out of here. It is 53 degrees in my railroad room as we speak. Don't. Okay. I need more straight track. These transition pieces do not go to this layout. They will go to the overhead layout. So that's going to get started again, and we're going to be using these pieces for that. So I'm going to put those over here for now. And so I just brought this out now for setting this up and seeing how this works. So I'm going to take some time, read the instruction manuals to these things. I really do read instruction manuals. And I have an extra light in here that I don't have on right now. I don't even have my video lights on. Isn't this how I started out this channel last year? Gonna wander down to Engine House Trains last year and tell them, hey, you know, guess what? I finally switched off of N scale, like you told me to Lionel, and hopefully you can help me out with some of this. And instead I walk in there and find out that he had passed away, and his family was having a big sale. And so I went in there, and I was not trying to beat them up on prices on anything. I was trying to support the family by buying some stuff. Please, to the Steiger family, get enginehousetrains.com up and rolling. Even if you just have to sell the stuff through eBay auctions and just list it on there, but please. I really regret I could not have just bought his in-store layout. That would have been tremendous for me. I just didn't have the money to do it. So I've got all these little pieces, and I need to find out what these are for, but apparently these are important. To have a passing loop takes a certain amount of room, so let me get a couple of pieces of curved track so I can show it. And I believe all my track is 036. I don't think I have any 031 track. See how just nicely that clips in there? And then you take another piece of track and connect it. So it would look like this. And, how many pieces do you need to connect this to this to this? So As you can see, it takes a lot of room to have a passing loop. So obviously I am not going to have a passing loop on this bench. I don't want to extend this bench out that much more. I think I explained that in the update video I put out a couple of months ago. So let me, where is all of my measuring tapes? There is always the option, if you can get your angles figured out, to actually connect these. Let's just say you wanted to do like this. You could set one this way and one that way. There's ways to connect these like this. And I have a lot of questions about that right now because, you know, in the N scale world, you have to have things that I've been reading about the Lionel, and I'll find out once I hook this up, is that it's much harder to get a directional short on Lionel. See, what's happening is you have, say, you've got your, one of these is your neutral, then you've got negative, and you got positive, or I could have that backwards. I'll find out more as we go along. As it goes around, neutral, negative, positive, sooner or later around, if you set this thing in a figure 8, it should ground out. Now I've got a figure 8 kit and it doesn't ground out, so I haven't figured it out yet how they do this, but I'm going to find this out. So what I want to do now is I want to get an engine mounted up on here, and I want to get this thing plugged in and into the track so I can see, you know, how much room it takes, how this is going to work, how many more turnouts I'm going to need, because that's what I'm doing right now. This is the beginning of piecing together my layout. And I mentioned this before, the refrigerator over here is going to be going bye-bye. This right now holds an air compressor. I got air compressor that's going to go. But this is the basic area of my layout, and I've actually thought about continuing it back past where I'm at. All right.